Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. And done. And no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Party no puts baby in no violence. It no make sense. So we just get one race at love. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
White, blue, one salon. Help me say no to violence inside salon. United we stand, divided we all go follow. This violence you see, na bad bikini go porno. See, not so for today, make we think for tomorrow. For start me easy, for end na kulala. Make we help make salon for we picking them tomorrow. It don't make sense, all this violence and nonsense. Party business can make cons can fall. Me advice make we try end this all. United we stand, divided we fall. One word bona peace for we all. The future.
Violence, it don't make sense. We all now one salon. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense. Party no puts baby in no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race at love. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
The future.
Party no puts baby in no violence. It no make sense. So we just get one race at love. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
Why we for the kill we self? Why you for the choke we self? Why we for the shoot we self? When are we self for the embrace we self? You be manipulated the balaka we all now one. I let us alone can we forget a better plan? One people, one country, salon now we own. Green, white and blue, me I love it to the bone. We know it we don't pass make we know how we they go. 11 years of senseless for all this we for no. We say we don't come on make we not bring back where we go. Guys, say wow for the kill we self. Wow for the choke we self. Wow for the kill we self. Wow for the choke we self because violence don't make sense.
Violence, it don't make sense. We all now one salon. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense. Party no puts baby in no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race at love. Let your brother kill your brother. All that nonsense.
Now peace we want, oh. We no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu
Body left for the fence.
Now peace oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu.
Body left for the fence.
Yes, violence, all that nonsense. Because this time around, now peace, now the only thing we want, and the only thing this way we feel say go make we country go before. But let me tell you something. You know, say we country is really free, and you as well know say Satan self get party. Well, waiting I don't know now. I don't know whether honest, whether they speak from a mind or waiting. Every day they accuse this, they accuse this. They are even where they dip on violence when then they lead violence. You know, we camp at any gang, and then they always preach peace. So who that's now we they try to talk about? Waiting exactly, or who that's the preach to in company now? If Satan all where the all man knows in a devil, it they say, hey, avoid devil, avoid devil. So waiting now the main thing now. Waiting they happen. Who that honest inside this country now? We need to find out. Let we just listen this year. As we don't begin play peace song them, let we listen. Even Ratty from the soldier team, where they before pan violence, self the sing, say let we avoid violence. Listen this when they come back just now.
It's Cloud Diamond, baby.
So you're to soldier team. The peace preacher.
On the beat.
Peace rewind. We don't want divide now, yeah. I said violence, it don't make sense. So we all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put me being no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. So yeah.
Now peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu.
Body left for the fence.
Now peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu.
Body left for the fence.
Left for the past and it make sense. So me violence, it don't make sense. All the God and the eat, it baseless. I don't know we own, let me walk find greatness. We all know one people. Let we learn for they live life peaceful. No matter the trap for they mean good. Land up to love for salon who for mean good. But a man so no greed, let them use you. Think twice, don't allow, let them fool you. When you see trouble, love for push. Let we never make like the dog and the push. You know what? Any war again, we need peace, unity, freedom, and justice. If Salon better, all man go profit. But if it well now we are, now we go lost this.
Violence, it don't make sense. So we all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put me being no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense.
It's Cloud Diamond, baby.
Now be sweet,
So you're to soldier team. The peace preacher.
On the beat.
now be sweet, we don't want divide now, yeah. I said violence, it don't make sense. So we all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put me being no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. So yeah.
Now peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu.
Body left for the fence.
Now peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Koinadugu.
Body left for the fence.
Left for the past and it make sense. So me violence, it don't make sense. All the God and the eat, it baseless. I don't know we own, let we walk find greatness. We all know one people. Let we learn for they live life peaceful. No matter the trap for they mean good. Land up to love for salon who for mean good. But a man so no greed, let them use you. Think twice, don't allow, let them fool you. When you see trouble, love for push. Let we never make like the dog and the push. You know what? Any war again, we need peace, unity, freedom, and justice. If Salon better, all man go profit. But if it well now we are, now we go lost this.
Violence, it don't make sense. So we all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put me being no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one race alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. So yeah.
Now peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
Body left for the fence.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
It's Cloud Diamond, baby.
Peace we want,
Na peace
Si au rat sur la team, the peace preacher.
Bench on the beat.
na peace we want,
Na peace we want.
bring
We
divide.
don't want divide now, yeah. I said violence, it don't make sense. We all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put we be no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one way alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. So yeah.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
Body left for the fence.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
Body left for the fence.
Left for the past and it make sense. So me violence, it don't make sense. All the God and the eat, it baseless. So now we on, let we walk, find greatness. We all know one people. Let we learn for they live life peaceful. No matter the trap before they mean good. Land up to love for salon who for mean good. What a man so not agree, let them use you. Think twice, don't allow, let them fool you. When you see trouble, love for push. Let we never make like the dog and the puss. You don't want any war again. We need peace, unity, freedom, and justice. If Salon better, all man go profit. But if you well now we are now we go lost this.
Violence, it don't make sense. So we all now one us alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. Me party, no put we be no violence. It don't make sense. So we just get one way alone. But you brother, kill your brother, all that nonsense. So yeah.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
Body left for the fence.
Na peace we want, oh. Make we no bring divide, oh. We want for sleep with Colado.
Body left for the fence.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you. Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. E don done. E no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you. Wow, I think we don't get time very well now, and we don't able for know waiting now the latest. Ratty don't sing for we, and they don't tell we say na peace na NSSF want. So what you just think? What you do wait for? My brother Ratty of Soldier Team, they tell we say na peace we want to, no want no divide. What do you think? Okay, well, we look for the best. We hope say then we're able to do the right thing at the end of the day. Anyway, the election don't come to an end. Modern new technology, no easy. I see the near highway. Did you hear me now? Okay, please, before we continue,
wait, now,
right now,
they're not there, or now you know what they're not there.
They're not here with two. So let we know now if they're there way. When are they here now? No, just get them first. So now they're here now. Please, we want to know if una dey hear we. No, just get them for them. Talk from your side, but so we go know as well if they hear you.
Now they get we clear. Let somebody tell me, please.
Yes. Then they get we now. Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma. Yes, then they hear we now. Okay, so I think we go now. The bottom line now, Ratty been the sing. To some people, it's like for say, Ratty they try for mock the one them way they try for fight for peace. Because we all know say, Ratty of INSESF na always the lead the things them way camp and violence business. We know say this now one of the people that will lead even the troop for go na Koinadugu. So what in actually they mean when they talk about na peace we want, we no want no divide.
But I make a tell you say if they talk for talk's sake, peace not ask for come because now them na the wild dog the way them brother he said. As they say, sure, they don't go. So maybe just can't talk for provoke situation like what you talk. Because Ratty of all, Ratty where I know, where we say even Christmas, when a blacker, then they deal with her in the name of violence. So I know see no better embarrassing the way Ratty the same.
Well, I think it choose for do that one day, and when it choose for do that day, I'm not think that we get for do anything with regards to that one day. Just that free turn free, all things are free. They say talk na free, Panadol na one block. For talk no mean say you go do it to you. They say action speaks louder than voice. We all know say the talk when they talk now for just pull bad breath, and the song na just pull bad breath, but the action na the main thing where it depend on. So, not to think that for her to eat pan.
Well, now we are for we all. No more. Wait you plant. Now in the go. Not to wait you not plant to. And we go. Ready. But we'll pray for the best. Anyway.
Yeah, we just hope so no more. Anyway. We move now with another issue as Leon Star, they presently na Morocco, they ready for 3 friendly match them. Yeah, so now we just watch this them preparation where they on right now. When they come back, just now.
I can join this. I'm not me driver. Let's go. Let's go. Where they make flexi, you know, out.
Well, of course, me fambulem. Now you not watch to as Leon Stars with darling Leon Star. The name of Morocco right now, then they prepare, as my brother don't tell you. But we find out say people will not even get used on this particular joining way. Now the match away we brothers them for go play. Then join them for travel, waiting at the motive. Because we all know how we get stained. We know how we get stained. We are in when we footballers them or any other sports people that can go out. Then they go to people at the end of the day they can balance and that bad name they now we get them as a nation. So waiting at the motive of the other people, we don't even get used to the game. Therefore go Morocco. Waiting na the motive will help we back. Because I'm afraid we don't tire the bad name, we don't tire. All time, with salon, people that can't run sports, then balance. People that can't swim in competition, then balance. People that can't on this particular game or this, then balance. So waiting happen where people will not even get nothing for go do. They almost want to pass the footballer themselves. Waiting na the mission.
Okay, I think before me go into that one day, waiting I go say, I want to look first the money where them people here don't put. Because you get 24 officials, or 23 there you get 30 of the players them. So I don't know if the officials them are the team, the reserve team for the country. First of all, let's look at the payment, almost money where they don't put for this particular game. Then say payment towards Leon Star friendly matches. Let's see almost money, 6 billion. Then the Ministry of Finance wishes to inform the general public that the government has disbursed 6,543,623,654 leons to the National Sport Authority and the Ministry of Sport to facilitate this Leon Star participation in the friendly matches against South Sudan, the Gambia, and Morocco on the 6th, 9th, and 12th October 2021, traveling in Casablanca, Morocco. So basically, 6 billion leons now they spend. You'll find out, say, then the Sheba Middle, where they say Sheba Middle, or you say like 70% they go to the officials, and then you get about just 30% where they go to the, I don't know if, oh my God, people they talk about volume, I don't know what's in exactly that.
Well, maybe not the first one because this is unclear.
Okay, all right, okay, good. All right, thank you. So basically 30% they go to the player. If you don't get 30 players, then when it be for say you just need the doctor, you need some technical people, then where they go. Now you go take about 24 officials, they go with them. See how them people here they waste with money. And not only the waste, the coach be even come up with how you call this thing. The coach come up with something where he say this particular travel don't face with lots of embarrassment from the host country, because the number of people when the host country they take with waiting then go with now two different things. Yeah. So let me just see this letter from the sport authority, the minister, sorry, the president for the Sierra Leone Football Association, waiting himself been get for say with regards this boku travel where they travel with we couple. Let me read waiting is saying. The Sierra Leone team delegation to Morocco. I am writing to take my phone and read. I know the two see from that side. Sorry about that. Basically, in the try for talk say the amount of people them where the host nation they cater for with waiting then go with now two different figures, and this they cause embarrassment and a waste of resources again from the country in taxpayer the money. You understand? So let's read exactly waiting it been get for say. It say I am writing to inform you that the approved number of delegates by the organizers of the competition is a minimum of 40 delegates per country. So basically, if you don't get 24 officials and 30 players, don't mean say you don't get 54. Let us see something. Yeah? It say, in my understanding, that the current number of people on our team delegates list stand at 53. Okay, far above the number. So basically, you see what we the try for talk about. Then people here, 23 officials and 30 players. Now then go with waiting. Then go with all of them things then they, because as far as we concerned, all of the money when them put together now from the people and from the country now aim this money come out from. But as find out say this particular thing make the minister of misinformation become embarrassed. It really become embarrassed because waiting even the talk and waiting the coach or the president for SLFA come and say na two different things. In the definitely try for talk say no, they not spend this kind of money and all of them people and they will go not to at the cost of the country. But you don't hear a clear one when the sports authority, the president for the SLFA don't talk say this na waste of money and na the country in taxpayer and money na aim this the common form. So, my brother, what do you make up of this first?
Well, you know, say this not to today it begin. For any time where Leon Star get game, they must get much for money business. But we don't know why that one day for B, because we feel say you get people who demand the affairs of the team. But always when it comes to money business, no problem. But now the same people then come, then they talk this, then they talk that, where we not expect them by some of their funny things they are, as me call them for me funny. You know, me when it comes to Leon Star business, me brother, I'm not going to get much for talk because anytime we after this, anytime again, the same thing they repeat because they don't get used to this time.
Well, this I think is a serious problem, and it tell on we serious one. It really the tell on we, and especially at this point where we find out say the country economy now that kind way is really fragile. Where not only that the fear for tell we say we don't go into waiting and they call austerity, they no one for declare them. So all they can do now for manage and go on. But in as much as they manage, you find out say then they waste the country a money, unnecessary one. So this na the reckless spending where caretaker be open. They talk about the term where he na been caretaker, opposition leader and one for become the caretaker of we country. You know, it's not the same reckless spending this now or over reckless.
Well, sorry for the word, but this are thing are useless because useful. Caretaker, of course, all the things them where he become a talk about, in they do double of them. So now one of the reasons that this way everybody just want piss off about this your uncle. The things that we come and make noise, make it shout, this, that. Now the in-depth and misbehave with right now. Now I always tell you, say, your uncle they say, they can block the leakages whilst it don't come open for we big ocean like any Mediterranean Sea instead of leakage. So instead of all left and the leakages them trade where we be there on, but things they go on normal than you wake up for can block the leakages them. You don't can create a problem way more than waiting if the talk say it happen. But still, you get the dry one, then we get more for still shout. Dry cover shame.
But we don't tell you one thing, say we don't talk and say this song now like then they try for cry for this man for meet up the 2023 election. You know how normally some country people can cry? Oh yo. So listen the slogan. Madabio. It's like when they cry for person we get buried. For say this man, we don't talk as from say that they clone na in the work so na the country. Because that person we will be see, we be the campaign, we be they talk about the vision, the very bright things them we want for do for the country, not to that kind of person we look at see right now. For say this man be don't die, na just they make other one where they go say they clone and for let we go to one kind of level. I don't know. But not to me talk about, I just ask.
Because now the man be them votes for. Now the man self they will be so. Not to say nothing clone him or nothing. Now the man self not to impact now.
Because somebody be crashed.
The only thing is waiting the man for do instead of him being the president when are the caretaker. Instead, he carry the name. Then we get somebody, we get the actions them by the side. He just carry the name caretaker. But when it comes to action and implementation, we get somebody with a school feed and say, now this, you for do. So we get the all around the country, then we get the one where they go and bluff with the name caretaker. Which is Madabio.
Madabio, my uncle, na the bluff.
Nine they bluff with the name.
But
the actions of being president, the one where they give command and how the country for go.
Indeed.
I don't know. Na cheap, small. Everybody know.
Okay. So
he want carry two position. He makes sure for hijack
the vice president.
He man in position and he hijack the second gentleman in position. So he one na in the command. What he talk na in the B nef court. You know hide.
Okay. If you just a join me, please make sure say you hit the like button and you share the program. If you're new to this channel, consider for subscribe because 90% of what they talk about get for do with the government. 10% get for do with any other business, yeah, opposition and any other thing. If you get interest in that, please consider for subscribe. If you would talk about we call the word fast caretaker, we mean president with no disrespect. We call him caretaker because a day na the position for we and they hold him and take care of him for we. Yeah, and the country Sierra Leone we call we yard because we want to make we all take responsibility of we own different yard. Yeah, so we move. Yeah, since you talk about the way how the level they go right now, let we move now and see how it actually talk. Let we go na the food business. Let we see wetin them people here so don't really put together where a campaign the sense for make we get food na the table. Yeah. So in the meantime, no go on side. When they come back, just now.
No, man.
Yeah.
Of this government in trying to address the potential impacts of COVID, you've seen that countries across the globe are still struggling with prices of essential commodities. The other day, I was working with some importers to see how we could get rice at a very good rate. The minimum we could get across the globe was $500 per metric ton. We also tried to work with importers to see how much we can get cement from some of the countries that are producing cement. The minimum you can get for cement, even when it's loose, is $45 right now. When it's bagged, it's about $51. But in spite of that, you can also see that even the freights are going up.
Right.
If you take a look at, I mean, everybody could just go to Google and search for the Baltic Index, which indicates how much people are paying as freight, the cost which you pay shippers to bring your products from one country to another. I think the business community understands that because of all of these things, the Baltic Index, which indicates how much freights are going, is really one of the biggest drivers for commodity pricing. For cement alone, to bring it now to Sierra Leone, it's even costlier than the actual cost of cement in Turkey. The minimum you can now pay for cement coming here is around $66. And that is, you can only have somebody offering a ship to come with cement from Turkey at that cost if you're actually bringing large quantities of cement. That's about 30 to 40,000 metric tons. So when you take a look at all of this, the other day I was also in touch with importers from China. The freight which they used to pay for a 20 metric ton of container, the 20 feet container, which was around $2,000 to $3,000, has gone up to $12,000, $15,000. And it's not only that the freights are going up, because of the challenge of the global logistics, you also realize that there are delays even in bringing products from those countries to Sierra Leone or to any other country. So you realize that in Ghana, in Senegal, in Liberia, we're all going through the same. What has also happened is because the entire globe has, there is some kind of recovery and governments are injecting money into revamping economies, you'll see that those activities are driving prices of certain commodities like, for instance, oil. Petroleum products, the Platts are actually going up. And you hear from the news that in Kenya, a liter of petroleum product is sold for $1.20. If you convert that, that's almost like 13 to 14,000 euros. What is very important here is that when you go to buy these products, people don't ask who you are or which country you're coming from.
Right.
Whether it's from Sierra Leone, from Ghana, from Nigeria, you're still going to be buying at the same cost.
All right, I think say now that you don't hear waiting the Minister of Trade. Interestingly, this man na engineer. Interestingly, this man na engineer, and then na them put in charge of the market business, trade business. So how engineer go able for handle the trade business na the country. Now, this man all waiting they talk about now global. Even markets the pepper shamelessly they try for tell we say now the pepper na import than the import am. I not ever hear this before in my life inside we country. For say pepper where we the plant our country now then the import am come inside the country. Now the first time this. Okay. Now under this same situation we been there, we country not ever get factory where they produce big things them. We country not ever get rice factory or rice farm we go able for serve the one whole country. The country no ever get oil. Then different things that way they come all thing and import with the imports under the last government. But yet still, we caretaker bin come and say the people them they suffer. The people them don't angry. The people them they buy yes 200,000 from only 60,000. With the hope that when this man they talk about them things there, when it criticize the last government, it gets the solution to the problem. Before this caretaker take over, it be no say the economy don't go to nonsense. It be no say the country gets plenty debt. It be no say we country the last government dig hole. But yet still, it say it come and settle them problem then day. But now when it don't come inside, now the time it no say all waiting it been the talk not be realistic. Now then they sabi about price control. Now then sabi about world market. All anything where you touch now, they talk about the world. But every day, let's tell you this. Now when people in the campaign, but rest they can on this, rest they can on this, not trust any politician in that. When they put the right things them in place, then we be able for move. But this man, upon all the bright idea where we been see, we fall for the ideas and we vote for them, say we can better, none of them not able to come to reality. And not able to give we any tangible thing. From where this man come, he begin for blame the last government. Say to this minute and they blame the last government. Then they merely forget say, they don't dig big Mediterranean Sea where now they all the water now they go. And the people them know the benefit anything because anytime we go in near the Mediterranean Sea, we the sink and left there. But them get the way out and they manage everything for make the young people them benefit. And interestingly, whenever you want for talk about the issue, then they choose for go personal on you for let you distracted and forget about waiting they want for talk. My brother.
Well, I always tell you, saying normal. When you host, the head don't bend. All the people already under that master already in that host. Now the same thing. Because you don't open the door. Now one thing about them people here where this man appoint. To start with, how you go give somebody when an engineer, right? You go get a position like that, Minister of Trade. And who's happy to themselves, they get some idol as they work in kind of social media, where really they can't tell this man back say, yeah, although they can't do things that were not good for the country, but I think the SSF see this man play say, now one part of the ministers them, we know they work, we not even know he work. Because at one time I hear one but when T-Love Bye, if national call I Love, I don't know. You know, now they can make noise about SLPP and social media. I usually come at and say, this minister not the worst minister. And indeed not the worst minister. And what you make and the worst, you the master, if you don't know waiting for do, for make things right, for rule a country, not to charge play, not to social club, not to organization. Yeah? Because if really caretaker beyond know how for rule a country, you don't know the people the way they appoint. The only appointment we caretaker beyond do have say look match na Schengen when our education. But all the other people now people them will be they support them, will be they strain, will be they put money in a wallet, and then where he can get position, he say una step I no go left and pay back time this now, una come back and pay una. Una na engineer, he they go put outside of it. How will you go put engineer as Minister of Trade? What do you expect? That might not be nothing but business. Look what they can't tell about Pepe. Pepe na important.
Well, then get some amount where they import. Then get some amount where they import. Like for example, some dry pepper then can import them like from Guinea, for example, yeah. Then we get them Gambia pepper then. But down they all don't go very, very low because we been able to get them.
But of course, we say they produce for ourselves. We they produce beaucoup pepper right now we had. Most of the country that they right now back then, they come for come buy. So we think of the Liberian and they cancel for come buy. The main thing here is, my brother, this man no in functions them. This man no in position, even understanding position. It just they do as caretaker. They call them for a payback time. Now that way they do. And not so you want to know, them boku, them plenty they we don't know they don't even know the area of work. But then just they do a way you call somebody, say you can't eat. Now free money because you the caretaker don't use so. So that's the problem.
Okay. So if we talk about food business, then there's we will talk say education day, food business day. But let we listen how the minister again they reply, Minister of Information, they reply where they talk about food at the table. Because then people remember they tell we say one of the best thing when they campaign with apart from the free education now that then go able for put food na people on table. They want for address the bread and butter issue in the country since the people really they suffer with regards thing for it. But now then say now only you we get speaking where they go school the benefit from the free education business. Let me listen how they been put them when they come back just now.
Well, we've been through extremely difficult times as a country, right? When we campaigned, you remember when he spoke about introducing a free quality education, people said that was a Hollywood movie. It's never going to happen. It's not real. He did it before in the first school year, right? Of that year in 2018. What happens? 22% of the national budget has been expended on education. Government is basically paying school fees for everybody who cares to go to a public school or a government-assisted school, right? In other situations, these are monies that could have been taken from the pockets of parents, hard-hit parents, right? But government is paying that. So we believe that can be a source of bread and butter. The expenses that government does, that families have been spared of on their behalf. You get that?
Yeah.
There are subsidized school buses in the major capitals, right? They are not at normal commercial rates. That's heavily subsidized by government. Parents who should normally pay 2,000 leones for their kids to go back and forth to school can now save about 50% of that, right? So we believe that should go to addressing bread and butter issues. You talk about subsidized textbooks that are given free to pupils in core areas, mathematics, science, and English, right? So that is to every pupil who goes to a normal government school or a government-assisted school. So all of these interventions are being done. But we also realize that the economy is being difficult. You know, Sierra Leone is not in a bubble. Sierra Leone is part of a bigger global community of nations. We know you just listened to the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, a couple of days ago, talking about increase in prices and the difficult economic challenges. You know, this is not peculiar to Sierra Leone alone. So like King has stated, we're part of a bigger global community.
All right. Let me bring in Dr. Bright. I mean, you have this culture, your party, you have this culture of going to the markets and get prices of basic commodities and compare that to what the ordinary or the average Sierra Leonean, earns at the end of the month and see whether or not they can, they meet that demand. Now, paint us a picture of prices in the market and how the ordinary Sierra Leonean's salary is meeting that.
Let me give you just an idea of what we're talking about. Because, to be honest, I have, with all due respect to him, I have a feeling that our ministers here are totally disconnected from what is happening on the ground. We have computed what an average, a family of four, the basics that they would need to prepare food per day. In 2018, that family of four could prepare a meal for 26,000 leones.
Per day?
Yes, for the day. That works out at 780,000 leones for 30 days. Okay? But note that the minimum salary was bumped up from 500 to 600.
Right.
But for a meal per day, for 1 month, they would need 700, more than the lower, the
minimum wage.
The minimum wage, to prepare food for themselves. And this is just for food, not for rent, not for clothing, not for health care or anything like that. But that was in 2018, okay? Now, on the 2nd of October, we did a quick snap survey so that I'll be prepared for this program. And we found out that now they would need 56,000
per day.
For the day, yes, to prepare that. This works out at 1,680,000 for the month. The minimum wage stays at 600,000. But this family needs 1,680,000 to just to feed themselves.
At present.
At present. This means that they will feed themselves for 1 week and a half. And for the rest, there's nothing out of that salary. What we are trying to say here is that I think our friends do not recognize the gravity of the situation in which the ordinary man finds themselves. They had started complaining about this long before now. We spoke about it. You know that we were doing a market surveys just to keep them informed that things were going bad. The increases were just going up, until World Food Program. The World Food Program came and reminded them and told them that people were facing serious problem of almost near starvation in this country. In fact, according to the World Food Program, around October of this month, there will be 1.8 million people who would be, 1.8 million people who would be in crisis or worst stage as far as food security is concerned. Of these people, 90,000 would be at emergency stage. That means near starvation point. Now, we're talking about the figures now. We're not talking about the ideas in the air. All this to say that what the Afrobarometer says is justified. I mean, according to what we have found here, that dissatisfaction with the country's economy and personal living conditions is reflective of citizens' increasing levels of deprivation in their everyday lives, as majorities experience shortages of food, clean water, and other basic necessities. So we have all the evidence before us, and you've just gone to the market, and you've heard the cries of the people. Now, do you remember you said it, Tolumbo Nogo Sidoya, Angry Boku, we all sang and that sort of thing. And the reason why they voted a different government is to fix the problem. I don't think that it is sufficient for Sierra Leoneans to just sit back, relax and say, well, it's a global issue or it's COVID. Something has to be done. This is why people are paid. The ordinary people are paying for people to solve their problems. So I think we've come to a point where the government needs to tell the people now whether they can do it, whether they are able to solve their problems, or if they are not able to solve their problems, they should say it.
Okay, so we don't get this now. We don't try to understand something. Simple something. Let's just look at this logically. This government simply they try to tell we say, if you not born Pekin, if you not get Pekin where they go to school, are angry for kill you. Then say the money where they use for school feeding, the money where they use for provide them basic materials them, the money where they use for pay salaries and all that things them. Now the money then that they where the parents them they save. How that's possible? So the one them where we get about 2 million according to them, 2,500,000 picking them, and some people and they will get 3, 4, 5 picking. So the amount of families where they will not get picking are them plenty. So it means say if you picking or they go school, they not care about you. But let me look at this. How physically, how realistic this be? For say because me picking they go school, that means I don't benefit from the everything. That means I don't get bread and butter. That's what then they tell me now. They say when you picking they go school, that means a bread and butter. These people they play with something. They really play with something. Because some of them things that are then analogy, are then analysis there where they bring them to, and not things that it make any sense. Now, like, where person one for left now water, is see plastic self in the olam. So these people not know waiting for talk to people. So the best thing they try for do, now for as best try for mix up people and brains them. Now the only thing that the way they do. Let you know say this na coordinated effort, things where they all don't plan, things where they don't put together for make sure say they're able for bring and come to the people them. Let we come back and hear waiting the education, the one way it be for say, now then they near the caretaker, waiting incessant being get for say with regards this education business. I want follow now understand. Then say when you education na food na the table. Education na food na table. So you do understand this whole thing? You not get speaking. You not get possible to go school. You not entitled for get food inside we country. That na the real thing where this particular government don't talk about. Keke Thomas and Dikam and talk am. But let me see back waiting on the attempt where they make for explain about this $500 where they say people they save. I remember I don't go inside small. Let me come out and listen back to them. Today now waiting and talk. Now we bring come. Yeah, let me listen. Now we come back. GG's now.
When we talk about a very important statement where the president will make part of Waka, we get for do with the $500 we see parents and they save now from the spending where normally they don't do for them in their various schools them. And this may happen because of the free quality education program where President Biode implement. What's going to be the yardstick where the president use for arrive at this conclusion, say, parents and they save $500 from them picking and school expenditure?
Well, I think, you see, until we begin for look at free quality education out of politics, we're not going able really get a matured and grown-up conversation around free quality education. Because there is no doubt, Dija, you know, say, parents them don't save boku money from boku things them. As recent as scratch card, where they save 17 billion from parents them, you understand, across the country, where they try for access them picking in school them, you understand. Governments from more come, we don't spend billions. We have increased the education budgetary allocation to 22%. That's lots and lots of money, you understand. So whether parents they pay the launch now in areas the government they give launch now, we're gonna the textbook and now, we're gonna the fees there now, we're gonna the bus there now, where they picking them, you know, because of the school bus now, they pay you this price, or you know, there are lots of savings. And because there are lots of those savings, you know, it's always good and important say, if for instance you get 5 picking them, 5 picking they go to school, each of them picking a day. Let's say for instance you get for spend 1.5 million, 1.5 million for each of them picking a day, you understand? Or more. Because of what in the difficult education they do, you understand? You look at those savings as what it actually mean to you. How you go use that money now for make you able to make sure probably say you probably contribute to something else to the family.
I ask you the question, say, waiting at the yardstick where the president used for arrive at this calculation of $500, because we look at this money for salon level, na big money. And this particular year, now one of the year them way so many complaints and concerns come out from parents, and especially the one they waking get new entry of them picking them way just maybe one go secondary school or senior secondary school. Complain of money where then they spend for let them picking them go na the school, even though government they implement the free quality education. Now one are very huge. Some comrades even arrive at the conclusion say the free quality education no they really work for them picking them, because in as much as government is responsible for books, school fees and other essential things then still they buy them in there. So outside the $500 where them parents are they save, outside really they go, that's not be the question I ask.
So it gets saved from the many things that the government do.
Many things
like for instance, I don't tell you say one from the fees the government they pay, and also government where you don't come they provide learning materials, textbook them for students, them for picking the way they go to school.
But command and still they buy them in there.
Yes, but Dija, so you not go. So listen, when president gets the desire for put free quality education, he understands that there are going to be challenges. But you not go blame presidents for one teacher in a school where they give extra charge against parents them. And it is not also true for make you say parents them not they appreciate free quality education because they spend more money. There are challenges. Like president don't even kind of station I don't tell you say there are challenges. Are there things that we can do better? Are there things that I make, for instance, we try for make sure say all those challenges then they will get discussions around them. You understand? But then that not for me say if we stop president for the way no one do. Now simple thing like this. It not necessarily means because you're afraid for the accident you no go drive. You go still drive.
So it's all waiting they happen at the education sector. This $500 where the president say come and they save. You really think say realistic?
Of course it's very realistic. Why not? I don't tell you say a simple thing like from scratch card. Parents them across the country they save like 17 billion from scratch card. That is way more than $500. What you would say is simply this. Like I said, the initial point, I can't remember, the initial point is until we begin to get a conversation around free education, we're not going to do anything to politics. We go do injustice to free education. Because there is no way on earth way from where government don't come. Where we put free education. Parents don't save beaucoup money. Beaucoup money.
So in as much as you don't explain about the scratch card, the core textbook or the president in delivery team, well, we call them the government, as a whole, they provide core textbook for picking them with the government school, and also the school feeding where they go on some areas them. The concern where the citizens and on the express get for do it, how the president in team able for quantify, say, then expenditure then the equivalent to $500. How on a reach to that exact amount?
So I don't tell you say it get for do with waiting governments they do. Okay? Now governments they do beaucoup thing them for free education. They get beaucoup components. And again tell you say one of the components now the fees they already pay. We get for do it even including traditional fees the way government they pay for picking away a seat where a becker or wask. But what tell you say back transportation costs they parents and back there for the safe back, pass the way government they do by feeding.
Ask parents them waiting them don't they spend. We make una able to know say parents and able save now $500. Now survey una do, I wanna able for reach to that figure.
Now government they spend money, Mabel. Let's say you know the head of your family. Now you they give money. Now you they give the amount of money where they cook in a house. You got for do survey for tell you where for tell you say and this money you give. Because now government they take care of the picking of school.
Case, they will like somebody they pull chop money.
But no,
this year for do with the parents. And when I don't go give account say, then parents here they say $500. So they want for know how on a reach to the conclusion for no saying that then they save.
You reach at the conclusion by waiting government they spend. It's as simple as that. So let me tell you say until we get a grown-up conversation around free quality education, we're not going to do with anything with politics,
so how politics
cynicism.
Come into this conversation?
No, I come because remember, say when presidents make that statement, there that the opposition people and force begin scatter the video. You understand? And it's sad. And the reason why it's sad is because when president
How you
no,
know say na opposition people?
We dey social media or dey Facebook box na my friend box na APC man he share the
This na
video na
statement wey the
Facebook.
president make to the world,
No,
and everybody dey
na make I dey
listen
tell you
and
say okay. So na make I dey tell you say until we begin get grown up conversation, we not going for do with cynicism,
So
politics.
if citizens
So therefore,
if citizens then begin ask question or try for hold the president accountable of statements the way they make, maybe bring out videos according to you on social media, how that link to being political.
because you dey ask me question 5 times, I give you the same 5 answer. You tell me say how we arrive at this, what you look at. I tell you say now the things that the government don't provide, whether it come from, for instance, the fees that the government they pay, the traditional exams that the government they pay, we're gonna in areas the way government get for make sure say they provide school feeding, we're gonna in areas the way, for instance, in terms of transportation, and as recent as probably, for instance, this scratch card we government do. So all of those costs take into consideration. You don't ask me 5 times, I don't give the same 5 answers.
Between at the studio, Yusuf Keke Thomas and the press secretary in State House.
Okay, so I think the thing still continue. We then say the struggle still continue. Let we look at this thing. You know, now the government officials them don't tell like opposition. Anytime where any question where they ask them, where they find out say they're not able to get answer to them, then they go on the offensive. Then they attack for make sure say then distract you from the actual question where you don't ask them. Yeah. Let me look at what he say. This all talk about this $500. Then say the opposition people them now then share this video about this $500, and that's very sad. What? For say them people you are not be really one for the salon people. We had people them know about this particular word. Why if it be sad if people them share waiting the caretaker go talk na a world platform, a reputable world platform? Why people are not for talk about them? But if people don't talk about them and then you say it's sad, then it's really sad because una no wale people know. It's really sad because una don't like and people them. How you go say people them they save $500 per year, but at the same time you feel bad that the opposition, let's assume yes that the opposition share them. You feel bad that the opposition share them. For say the lie where you lie, you not being they expect say it go come out, or you been feel say in a secret room you go all this kind of meeting. For let you say the opposition them they share them and that's been sad. What? This now we country for real. What is sad by all of this thing? I think them people here they play with we, and then they feel say within that same 1961 term where we not understand waiting they happen. Rather, we just want for the go black days, or you go say the dark days. Not knowing that we they expose every day. And this same caretaker be not advice we say, let we use the social media, the WhatsApp, the Facebook, we name them. It tell we say let we use them. So why them people here they feel say something where they go talk? Now the world platform, we not forget awareness of them, or we not forget knowledge of waiting it talk about. So you see, waiting at the problem with regards them people here. Let me continue for go down to waiting is saying. Then say all of them money there. Listen, 17 billion for scratch card. For God's sake, me people them. $17 billion for scratch card. I don't know. Please tell me if you get me fine. I just get a message. Please tell me if you get me clear right now. I just see message with flash say the voice low. Please tell me if you get me clear, please, before I continue. Let no waste energy. Please tell me if you get me clear, please. Let just know if you get me clear. I just see flash message where they say me voice. I don't know. Please just say yes, it clear, please. I'll go before forward with me point. Clear? Yes, clear. Thank you very much. Okay, so we move. Now it says 17 billion for scratch card. For God's sake, almost parents or almost families where them picking the benefits from scratch card. We make you so get that mind for say every pikin, yeah, in family they save $500 per year. For example, me pikin almost them he go sit NPSC, Beke and WASC na 3 term. He sit NPSC, he sit Beke, he sit WASC. 3 term don't done for his school life. And it begin 6 years to 12 years he don't sit NPSC. 6 years now they take care. They say 633 waiting. Good. 633 good. So if you take 6 years in a primary, now almost years this government don't take. If them pick here sit NPSC, they not the sit NPSC next year. Or for say all the picking them they sit NPSC every year, we mean say all the picking them every year they buy scratch card. Now that make them say then they save $500 every year. Then people here they not get sense of. They lie like fish. Let we go. Because if you say then they save by scratch card every year, you say the picking they all. You not even say some. Let me continue. He say the education budgetary. It means say all of what in the put require they don't say just now. The salary for teachers them, the different things them when they give, the schools them, all that one they don't put up the money. Now they don't divide and say now all this they go to the parents them. They as well talk about the school feeding. They say school feeding, if you been the give lunch, now you know the give lunch. All down there they don't add them. Now the $500 then the scatter so. Almost Friday. Who school then at the western area where they give where they do school feeding, where government they do school feeding. Koinadugu, for example, I don't tell you the last day, say CRS. Some side and day where then they do school feeding. Now private people then they do school feeding. Their organization them. Then so yet organization them. Now then they give feeding to them picking there. Who's one now the government you pay og money where they not to butcher. Let we continue for a look at this thing. Then say now 1 to 2 when they talk about the people where they pay school fee, you know, when they go for interview, when they extort money from them, then they take plenty money from them. Then say let we not take that 1 or 2 scenario there for able for put up all thing. Almost picking them, all the picking them we sit, whether you pass or you fail, we sit NPSC, we sit Beke, then they spend not less than 1 million. Not less than 1 million. That's not for the one that we pass through. Where the one that now we say, okay, I not pass fine, and if forget this. Even that man we pass, that corporal, we be talk about Prince of Wales. In a come out and talk. I mean say all the picking them. He not spend less than 2 million something, and he not be even complete. He even be the fear say in picking not go attend the school because he not able to get the money complete. So he say let we not use the one example and they. And then they all then put them back, say their money then they all government they take them, they put them back. Even when they come and they pay, the government they take prize, they take pride, they take responsibility, and they say now them they pay, and the people they benefit from the money then they. So all that they go inside the $500, including lunch, where they feed the picking them. So you see. So this Beke was NPSC, lunch, transport, all that they put them together and say, when you put all this together, the Combra they know they take responsibility for that day, now then they pay. And when then they pay, it means they don't save the Combra for pay them money then they. And in simple form, when they calculate all the billions them, it don't be $500 where each Combra where in picking the good school they save. My brother.
Well, this all really go on are just a definition of telling people how their family are on serious. Because if this other I don't know how for even call them where people they really know the pathway come up because caretaker they get people that we train as the caretaker the line as soon as the line pass the caretaker back step. Because when they come and lie for paint themselves, so the boss they know CS, then they do it. Really call them for can do. If you they can sit on a TV station, they talk and can talk there, it's like they can mock with the parents them. You understand? Now real mockery this. But you get people where they support them, people have some of the evil things there where they do in this country. This not just provocation, you can't wait. It just can't provoke situation. I mean, feel say like where them boss don't go talk that bomb talk this show. Then for everybody for just us sit down is set mod. So some people for don't forget about that. Then they go left people about for council, make them defend the world the way caretaker. They not hey, una not get no way una they defend this talk. Because from start to finish now lie. Maybe you say what council also talks if you not even know what's at $500. It's just old paper. Wait till the right, so you can't go talk and defend. I can't talk. I not blame you anyway. I not blame you. So they don't even bend elbow before you can see on the. We can understand. But on the most serious note, all the things are where they go on, me people them. Don't tell we say. I know they talk about the entire SLPPO because we don't get SLPP. We sit down. Tino was like this. At the talk of the SLPP. Where Alpha Side will come and advise we strictly. Where Alpha Side will come and describe and identify them saying are the type of people. Now the SLP are the top about now. Yeah, we're not the power part. Because when you watch, if you say SLP not overall, but when you watch the late part Kaba, the way I rule, we had, you can't see what they happen right now. They really not say, as Alpha Side we don't tell we say. This is not a cross-section of SLPP Council. Indeed not true. But let me tell you something. Make no mistake. If we not correct this mistake, we say the draw and show. If we not correct this mistake, it will be more hell for we now. We are. This is not about politics. Say you hate this, you left this. No. This will talk for the entire country. The things them where this caretaker and the people them where he appoints say when I can't join me work, they display. You they really know say they don't take we serious. But then get right because me and you not take ourselves serious. Unless we take ourselves serious before them people are no say, before they say caretaker they come, before they say minister they come, now we. But all them things are now adult class. Now they put we for more land. If we not land, we know they ever land. Anybody who not get sense inside this power regime, you know they ever get sense again. Anybody who not know how to vote for a right, how to vote for save a nation, how to vote for safe separation, for remove all the bad things the way they go on, so humiliation and other things them. You know go vote again, not go sabi vote again in your life. This will not the talk about party. But the person in question wasted on add this power, mad you. Not a good person for this country. Call me any kind name. Look for me tomorrow morning. But this caretaker not a good person for this country. Arrest me case.
Okay. So we move from down there. Members say issue be the happen at Koinadugu and the election be done. And they're not be able to call the results. But interestingly, they don't manage for call them today. But before that one day, things then go on that particular side day. And the National Elections Watch, where don't they observe election inside the country for long years, don't come out this morning at Radio Democracy and talk about how the ruling party use them power and everything for intimidate people, burn election materials them, and as well try for rig the election. Okay. Before that one day, let's remind you now. Then this there, I don't tell you say, Abu been they talk about a strategy, and he say after the election, we for be shocked. Interestingly, let's listen this one back, when they come back, GG's now after this one, for let we watch different things that will happen.
We not go explain what you don't do. This forum, because the most important thing, we don't do assignment, because the moment we don't hold Koinadugu, APC don't finish. So now make them say they go fet. Always then they think about Nana Togri, but we know you know go in governance, you encourage Togri. Yes. Because we not decent politicians and we know say if we need the people, we go talk to the people. But the strategy we don't put in place, we not they pronounce until after the elections. I go tell you, you will see waiting at the outcome of the elections. So the strategy, what you don't put in place for the Saturday elections, I'm not going to disclose an aya until after the election. But I'm pretty sure, say, una go see positive result. Una go see positive vote for the Sierra Leone People's Party, where una all go not go believe. I know we're saying a shock because we all they believe now say Koinadugu go totally fall in the hands of the SLPP. As I've been telling you, that's all been a push na Falaba district because you know say Falaba and Koinadugu have been twin districts. So if we don't get Falaba, and absolutely we dey get Koinadugu. So finally we don't seal in that area before 2023. That's why we left with family, the Munku politicians them for let them go na social media and cause mamikos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, me family una don yeri one for the Tog resident ministers we Kiati Kabio appoint. As I tell you now, Kiati Kabio know exactly what they do. The same things that we if he say he do trade on our NPRC, are the same things that he say the Kayebudu. But I'll jump to it in Abu talk. Abu tell you say the strategy where they don't put things in place, the mechanism where they don't put, we go make Kabbalah they fall under the hands of SLPP. Now, so he say not only say, but all the things that we them put in place for make if I don't fall now they and he fail them. What are some of the things they are? Togri. We all see what happen. Now that very place there. Before even the voting, we see what happen. If Ababu they tell we say don't put things in place, not on nothing me people them. Now I for go choke people them, I for go scatter voting materials them, I for go fetch to that and get for fetch, and I for use the police for succeed for rig the election. But let me tell you one thing. When this hand don't enter in a hell, all that side we left, you just can't trust no more now. Because the 8 girl waits past something. What's that they mean? As long as we with the people that feel say, then people are not good for this country. Now the smoke that they see so. You hear you do a reference to Falaba, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It say people foresee how they be put power, forget Falaba. Now so then they put power back, forget the Kabbalah election. But I think as we sleep and wake, people don't they aware. We still say the senators and they ratchet them, whether they give money on a taxpayer, then they pull motorcar give them just for go and do bad things them. But not to Inomotoko. Now we can listen. Another one. So we gain more and more. We know they talk for person. We now listen back.
So now we can listen to the National Election Watch. We don't look election at the country for long time. Let we hear waiting them get for say with regard to waiting the notice happen inside the election, waiting them. And then you compare waiting Abu talk with regards to the strategy and listen with this man they say. We they come back just now after this particular one.
The elections be marred by political intimidation and thuggery. That's now the simple way we can put it from the perspective of the observation. Even though the voting been go peacefully, generally in most of the police stations, people be able to go vote. But prior to the election, the kind of influx of political giants we enter Koinadugu, and especially from the part of the ruling government. We see Boku government, Motokaden, then they pump into Kabbalah, and so that thing they create some kind of fear in the people then. not for common early for go vote. I could remember even in Bafudea, considering what be happen in the by-election for the MP last year, where they may get for wound some people and damage property, the people then be scared. The moment they begin see them barrage of police personnel go get an addition because na hot spot. So police bin get every reason for the day in high gear and high presence. So that all been get for create this kind of panic in the people thinking say, something waiting me be the last time, then go get for happen back. And so we've been done the prior to this in other elections, we done the raises. Then political stalwart, we not get no business in the district, you know, register day, not to a constituency, you really not get business for DD. Because all this the heightened tension amongst the political party there where they contest the election and also intimidate the people there. And so when we begin see ministers, so ministers been done left over 2 weeks prior to election, then sit down at Kabbalah for wait for this election. And we're supposed for the ministry for work and provide services for the people, we did Kabbalah for this election. So for we, it really not good for democracy, now waste of public resources, and we see a lot of intimidation. Man and they pantap bike, you get 8 bikes that will be too notorious on election day, with 3 per bike. So imagine now like 24 people, then they move from one polling center to the other, creates just chaos. So all of these not be really augur well for the elections in a democracy like this. We for done they grow now. Salon don't practice democracy for over 20 years now. Would they expect say at least some of these things before they put them behind we.
You make mention of political intimidation and thuggery as you start your statements as to how you go describe the kind by election we happen at Koinadugu, and you begin talk about some of the things them we on our witness you been there at the ground the day for the by election. You begin talk, you say government vehicles them be did. You're able to identify the government's vehicles or officials them where you personally see at the ground where not supposed for the day at that moment.
The Minister of Political Affairs been did it, Imotuka been did it. Even though Koinadugu is common, the Minister of Youth, Oman Bangura, did it. And in fact, prior to your arrival, and we don't send ahead a team of young Bobo there where they within in ministry. They were there, then lodged na Lamtech. So, and our government they all use. And this not really good for we country. We they struggle as a country in the first place economically. And then for let government just for a by-election go concentrate that kind of by resources simply because you want for win that ground day at all cost. It not they help with democracy, it not they help with governance system.
Now the press release when new poll, una be list some certain things them where una see among them here na the presence of the SLPP candidates we contest na that particular by-election day for the chairmanship, and una also state say the SLPP candidate being physically assault a disabled when a party agent where the APC puts na one of the polling center them, and also una states say them burn vehicles them high presence of thugs them be there.
When they vandalize the vehicle, they not burn them.
Them burn ballot boxes.
Yeah,
them
burn
vandalize
ballot boxes,
vehicles.
This, and one of the centers that we na St. Ibalia, under Ward 157. Me na the ward coordinator for this ward here. I don't come at the center. You can supervise center to center. I don't come at the center. You can see. I don't meet none of my staff. I get 2 police stations there. I don't meet none of the staff. I meet up talks there up to 7-8 by. I meet up in the road. Then come on at the St. Ibalia. So they don't destroy the center. They don't destroy everything. They see the place where fire, we see fire, the catch fire, the item there. When don't put fire upon. So now the staff, I don't know the way about. So this is the word this for reach the office, and then when I see evidence of her at the center of this one. This is St. Ibalia. This is primary school St. Ibalia. If you can see, now the staff that I don't know the way about. So I meet up, talk to them. Up to 8 bikes. Then she don't inside. They should not by the bike. Then 3 so man should not by the bike. So they should not by bike 4. No, we don't them. But this morning I see them some side where I ask them, they say then I'm from SLPP and come out. So then they chase center to center. So that's what that. All right.
And all waiting happen so na Koinadugu. One go and say na a repetition or something similar to waiting be do happen na Godrich during the time where next step be the struggle for conduct by election na this particular constituency. All the incidents they are so. Waiting go be recommendation or advice to next in terms of the local council selection when they prepare for start next year.
Before I go to that recommendation, I believe say the issue will happen in Kagbasia when they go burn ballot box and ballot papers. This is unprecedented. It even go beyond waiting to happen 110. Because 110 now destroy the ballot papers and ballot box. But this one, they set fire. They not only burn the ballot paper and the ballot box, the sealed ballot box, they even burn the open space shell where them build for let people go vote.
So who that do this?
Now talks.
The community people be within party colors on how to identify.
You know people know say
sets of people do this.
People are aware of the presence of observers. So they always want for be crafty in doing what they use military camouflage. And we don't say not to military man nande. Military man not go do those things. In fact, in all of the police stations, no military person not be deployed. So for me, and for we all assessment, not to soldier do that deal. Now just people where want for create mayhem, they use military camouflage for go out and purport like say then military, but they were not. Those are the talks where we highlight where they patab them 8 bikes in, where they move from one locality to the other. And when they reach, because of the manner in which they go, people also flee. The next personnel the way they run, we observe ourselves run. Right. So nobody not really able to get a clear-cut identity of them because of the manner in which they storm the police station. One of the very first place the way incident take place na being Wamai, na Shanghai, where the ballot paper, the APC agent in that station, the polling station, a center 60 police station code number 6048, open space, 1 mile Shanghai, police station 3. So all of them details will they take them because we know say somebody go on for contest, say, but you not get the fact. So we they get every detail as to where, when, who involved. And so when the APC agents see dotted marks, 3 dotted marks, na the column inside the SLPP candidates and people they vote one, it raised concern. And so when he flagged this concern to NEC, he even recommend also to NEC, he said, well, because this dotted thing, it not appear one time, in other pages within the ballot book, he still they see then spot here. So he recommend for let them cancel the entire ballot book and make do with the one way day, we clean we not get issue. So the SLPP guys have been here for contest that. So in the ensuing event, NEC try really for make advise them and explain to them why then dotted. Then dotted then they have been just a printing ink error. So the APC guy called Kefala Mara, when I be one of their own authorities will be they move around the elections. So when Kefala Mara came, Dr. Mara able for advise them. He said, well, if this one create issue, we'll allow voting for go on. Let we agree and get a consensus say, since this is not just printing error, if people use this ballot paper, they vote, enough for invalidate any vote. At the end of the day, maybe somebody go vote for APC, then you say, voting day to SLPP, voting day to APC, you invalidate. That's not supposed to happen because they don't identify. They agree. All of a sudden, we observe our way today, and the supervisor, and they see the Minister of Public Affairs, Deputy Minister of Public Affairs, Kalon, and Oman Bangura, when a youth minister, then storm the police station, then they violently push people out, when a voters they meet in the place, for say, una come on here. And when they go also, then go with marshals around them. Now, motorcar being parked now, though, within the polling
then they
precinct.
ask the voter them for left the center.
Yeah, they push them violently.
So now been the first incident and the way it starts the whole kuskas.
Yes, at the first incident that for the day whole record.
At that point where then people are we don't make mention of and the allegations for say them be push people and forcefully for pull them come out and that way it happen. What will be the response of the NEC official and the security personnel them we been did for protect people and ballots?
Well, that's a big for halt the process. In a bid for protect the electoral materials, the halt the process until calm down restore after 1 hour before the process continue. And which was what way the first person where the APC agents call when Dr. Marawi came and that to be suggest. He said we'll not get any reason for stop election process. The people they don't come from this morning, they want for votes. When I don't identify the problem, we all agree, say, okay, this is not going to invalidate any vote. Let voting continue. Why is they on that one day? Then 2 ministers come, they obstruct the entire place. So it's not good. And if you make mention of the council or the role of them, you can imagine, say, one of the centers we call, where a whole contestant, they go with a beat agent, and these are people we want for govern. Yeah, tell the ask him, you know what I mean? You don't know, say me now, you chairman to be. I mean, you want to be a chairman. Now, so you they begin behave to your subjects there. You go to a police station, you had no business for that police station. Not today you register, not today you get for vote. Waiting you be ready for.
Moving of the tally center also. We don't see 3 days after the elections.
Yeah.
Up till now, declaring the winner don't be challenged for NEC. Then still not able for come and do it and talk to people and say, this election will we conduct now this person winner. Waiting you see as a position on that. Okay. Moving the tally center on a normal day where you get election, provisional results for don't come out by now.
Yeah.
But up till now we not get that yet from them.
So you see, NEC self challenge. And this not ever happened to NEC. So we also recommend even for the person who do this kind of grievous error, let police invite time for an investigation. Because you know one day be for let NEC they enter figure, you they go put one before 69, you turn it to 169, you put one before 27, you turn it to 127, and immediately Dr. Richard Conte raised that issue because from the RRF form, you clearly see APC 101 votes for that station, SLPP 69 votes. But then when the man inputs na the tally sheet, na SLPP 169 he put, they put APC 101 votes. So Dr. Conte raised this thing, said no discrepancy there between the RRF form and the tally sheet one don't enter. So the NEC officials then go through in claim, then watch and they verify and they agree with us, say yes, now an error.
So what did NEC been do as an immediate?
In fact, NEC released the guy off in duty straight.
Okay.
The release are off, which was for we a good because NEC need for maintain integrity, which they don't set. They may not set a bar for themselves where they need for continue for maintain. So they pull that guy. But we are asking for let NEC hand over to police for investigation. What to motivate them for do that kind of error?
Okay. I think now the thing now one day we been the try for say all of this. If you listen, you see how best this new man try for expose that strategy where Abu say and not they talk na the media until after the election. That strategy where he say and not they talk, but by the time the election they done, people they surprise or shock with the result where the SLPP go get na Koinadugu district inside the election. My brother.
Well, one thing no more way I want to make everybody know. We the people where they suffer under this government, we hack the kitchen wire as the strategy. Don't begin to fail them so na continuation until it fail them say 2023 where they always done them various parlor them. And no say, waiting will be the good people they don't fight with today. The bad will be the good people they don't go hit and come back they don't fight with today. Yeah? All the way Abu be the try for talk, then do not say don't do but it fail them. Let me put people them through. You know, this new representative really try. And if we get people away straightforward like this, so they point things them by their names, it go better. Although this explanation we can give, so they get for calm at time, but they not go get more power for now. I just they engage for other people them. Like the other man where they work na neck, where they explain how them burn the materials and who that them can burn the voting materials them. Now na enemy engage how them people get for go for them. Definitely they get for pull them na in job because SLPP na their identity that one day when you talk about things whether they do, then they pull in a job or they encase by you. The people and where this new man they try to identify as, then they ask them say, who that then are the people them where go do this kind of violence? If they try to say na mufti they well when I combat, not to say na any other people in family na soldier team them. Who sabi they all they want the videos, who they see them, we know say not them. And now yeah, we all be don't play video for now. We all don't watch this video. Usai Ratsi, then lost one the soldier team member na party office make a video where it tell we say, look, the company don't die today in the dome. They not see no minister, no honorable. But when time for go execute mission, for go spoil, for go damage, now then they can't call. We don't see Usai Arata make a video tell we how he go destroy voting materials and disturb all election process. We don't see all the videos them there. But you the big fool one who don't get this country at we not even know what you sit down for na salon. You still they come and talk. You still they come because of color. You they see the bad thing. You still they come and talk. Waiting not relevant. Waiting not important even. This not government where una feel say una they argue for the wire. This not government una feel say for rule a nation for 10 years. But all this adversary we don't tell you. We still not believe. They say see is believing. Now we don't see her. It left to me you. It left to me you. As this new representative don't come and tell we how the people go all out for damage people them, for do bad things and for do yuki for this election Canada in favor. But this God, what will they serve? It know they ever sleep. If they do something, if you say God know they see, not lie.
You know sabi that song in our church? This kind God.
Okay.
I never see kind no. Where God they handle it, tell like where they prove which. This kind
I
God.
tell you.
Hey, then you confess, true confession. Then fixing have fun. Okay. Done.
Arrest me, case brother.
See, so you'll take this, you know. Most of the things that with these governments, when they be in opposition, when they cry against, then they do. The last time when APC be in power, they cry, say APC, they use government's resources. If I not to use the waste government resources for election and other things, then we not fear. But now we see government vehicles, government money, MDs, head of MDs, ministry departments and agencies, they go by election to election, left their work the way that they do. Pay attention by election. Pay attention by unnecessary things them. Intimidate people, fet people, beat people. We see one video where they run after one big man where I don't know, they call him Dr. Mara. Policeman and they soldier man and they but yet still. Then they run after that man. We see one other video who say one of them run go inside polling center with motoka, with election material, with knife and other things them. Police then they pass where people rush by that particular person day. We see from waiting the new person say, National Elections World Representative, he say even the candidate for SLPP beat disable somebody, physically challenge person when at the APC party agent now one of the stations them. And then he end up for ask a question. If you sabi me, you know that na me. You know say me na the chairman to be. The chairman to be. We go lay do na grave. We see the next person. We hear it talk about the born with and born materials there, and we hear the next person self can confirm that one day. So of course, when two election management body representatives then talk about the same thing, you know say that is true. And we hear when new call SLPP name, and even talk about the talks them where they care go to that place there. We hear the next person back where the coordinates that particular area they talk about the same thing and call the name of the same SLPP right in that place there. So you see the similarity. Now, we see say this particular incident na Koinadugu is similar but worse past the one we happen na constituency 110. Constituency 110, then do them broke things, then chair election things them, nothing no come up behind them because not to themselves, jump a mind to na John Reyes. The waste with taxpayers' money after where the government don't spend lots of millions for organize the election day. Now they go to the worst, then burn election materials them right inside Koinadugu for sake of this election. We hear the new person talk how the Minister of Youth Affairs and other people them go na polling station, drop people in common at the center, put the voting process to hold. Because na dem dey na power. Remember Abu Laelo in Stima, then talk say they no good in na power, then they cry foul. Then same way so use the neck person we been dede for make a change figure according to the new representative. If SLPP gets like 69, then APC gets 110. The next person they add 1 before they turn 169, then APC gets 10. Pass where they catch them, then it do them but 3 times the change figures them. Then at the end, they're able for pull them day. So these now all of the strategies them where Abu they talk about say they get some strategy them where they don't put in place, but they not go expose the strategy now the public. But one thing we know, this kind God do. I never see him kind of. If you feel say you hide, this finger is small for you hide. When you team up say you hide behind God they expose you. That's not exactly because the God who they serve, where they can say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yeah, na a powerful God, na a powerful waiting where they control the universe. So we get for understand waiting they happen. If you feel say you get the power, God will tell you say in at the most high, the superpower. So I not say election, money not the win election, power not the win election. Election, they na the people they earn. It only left for them determined for come out and vote and secure them vote. Apart from that, day, no money, no power, no they save any government from losing election. Because this kind of strategy for later even they change the figure in our work. Let we see how the whole thing end up after we then design the people them the result on a Monday. Finally, then they end up for call the result. So let we watch how they be call the result, the provisional result today.
96. Name of candidates: Cargo Lawrence Tete, political party, the All People's Congress APC. Total valid votes obtained 20,435. A percentage of total valid votes obtained 61%. Kruma Alhaji Sheku, the Sierra Leone People's Party. Total valid votes obtained 13,061, representing 39% of valid votes cast. Therefore, in exercise of the powers conferred on me as Regional Returning Officer by Section 94, Subsection 3 of the Public Elections Act 2012, Act Number 4 of 2012, I hereby certify the above provisional results subject to the ratification by the Commission and final declaration by the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairman and National Returning Officer, National Electoral Commission, signed and dated this 5th day of October 2021. Yours truly, Edmond Sylvester Alpha, Regional Returning Officer, Southern Region. Oversight for the Northern Region for the conduct of this by-election. End of result.
Okay, so I think now the whole thing this way they happen inside Koinadugu district and they end up for announce this provisional results now we're linting inside Freetown. Before we continue with anything, please we get plenty people 357 right now with the watch. Please hit the like button. Let me just get 250 likes. Yeah, if you appreciate the program and you want for let we always the calm and give your own analysis into different things them where they happen. Hit for the like button. We just want for see 250 likes. Yeah, give it 250 likes. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yeah, let's watch over to Facebook. Facebook yesterday. The system be down, so we'll not be able to go, but we appreciate you don't join me again today. And Una self they do very well. We get 147 people where they watch right now with 134 reactions. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please continue for share. We get 28 shares from Facebook. Thank you. Thank you. Continue for share. YouTube, what's in this up? Give it 250 likes now, please. All right, my brother. Upon all the strategy where Abu puts together, at the end of the day, now so the results being come. Waiting you get for Sable. No, you not come over. The only thing no more, the strategy, a work, but they catch them. Wait, you not be here, you waiting, fine. We people let me they tell we something, then say where you swear, they swear go look ten, not see nobody. Also I come on a day they come back. Okay. We see the drama how it happen, change figures. But this not just rehearsal. We've been telling her yesterday, say, na rehearsal this. Yeah? The big election, we for expect more of them things there. Somebody pull story for me receiving them. It says MBP, say I tell you this, say I get a friend, we say, he plant something, he want to see how this thing, the first leaf they come out, the flower. So every night they go sit down, they watch this particular plant because they want to see how the leaf they come out from the ground and come up. He sit down every time they go sit down. That minute where he sit down, where he Jackson, now the flower come out, open your eye, the thing don't come out, so it feel bad. Waiting if try for say, APC or the opposition coalition them need for open the eye anytime when it campaign election. Then for sleep for the far away from them because that small time where then they nod and jack like how my brother can nod and jack, then they score goal per una. So una really una really get for be careful and get for know. Waiting. I don't know Sky well where you talk because right now we're all not sick man there. Corona they all not sick man. So this not the thing. Una really no need for the sleep. Like how una very conscious of this thing that will happen. Because if una not being that person not being smart and call Dr. Richard Conte, Dr. Mara for letting them see them things then they now boom point against una. The strategy of Abu Abu. Remember what he say? I call the other place, the other district, where he say then do the game day, Falaba. He say that same strategy there. So now we don't know the strategy where they use na Falaba. And this strategy they carry with na Kabbalah, Koinadugu, but it failed. So, una really need for put people them where they on top of the game. Vigilant people them. If not to that, they are going to rig the election. And I'll tell you something. You the only paper, so you see the figure so. Then they kick over on our head say, now this is the figure we get. And once una not able for protest that result, they take a reach processing center, na the tally center, then tally them, they're able for kick them up, una don't kick the game. And I'll tell you something. The election, general election, now the north and the west get for tense. Because then the focus for cause problem, let people afraid. Whilst the south and the east, then they get peaceful, smooth election. And if then check the results and they find one, you will find out, say, that Kailan court by system get for happen in 2023. You know what I mean, eh? That system of overvoting get for be 2023. But we will only know if the party agents them pay attention to them particular side and day. If the party agents them na the center them, not pay attention, they want them at the district for pay attention. But I'll tell you this, I'll tell you then this and I will tell you back. These people here get for make sure say any opposition party agent where they na they inside them the southeast, then they intimidate them for make sure say at the end of the day it's either the people afraid they won't commode or they set confusion, then police arrest them say na them set confusion. You understand? When they notice say this posse here then at this center and they take note of everything, then they set confusion day. And when the police they come, the opposition, then they can hold, then pull and carry and go. If any of a man come around can say, hey no, not to emo, then they hold them back, obstruction. Then carry and go. So then they clear them all. Then they left only them na the center. And when that happen, of course, na penalty. Then go just the mark. If you listen to the new person, even the neck, then we don't mark the papers then. So if they not be noticed when it don't mark, because normally they can say when you mistake mark by the other candidate, then you go back, you go vote to the other side, now void. It don't turn invalid. So waiting they happen, when they be don't mark so now, if person can vote and then mark outside the SLPP on day. So when this person can vote on top day, it valid. But if you vote to the APC side, then it don't be say you vote 2 term, na void. So, una get for make sure say, when then they cut them ballot paper there on the day for the election, the party agent then get for make sure say it clean. If any stain did it, then get for protest say this not right. Because if not to that, this not the strategy. This then just they try for rehearse the strategy for see how best they can able for use them in the general election. Well, APC, if una sleep, una dey suffer we. Then get one word where I can always like for talk say, when your brain fail you, your body dey suffer. So, if una brains them fail una vigilance skills them fail una on that day for the pooling, una go continue for make we suffer. So wetin that mean? Pay attention today and always. Please, una give me. What happen? What una the greedy we for? Una sit down dey enjoy the program, but una the greedy with the likes. These likes na they make we happy for come to una. Una give it 250. Right now we get 196. We just want 250 likes. Let us continue with the analysis, please. Please just hit for with the likes, yeah. If you know so you appreciate we are for the kind analysis that we will bring to you, please hit the like button. This now we had my name, the freedom fighter. Okay, be honest with me. What's happened with you? Not to then they ask you. Sembepe, by boy, what's happened with you? Okay, continue. My name is Sembepe, the freedom fighter. We find out say things they're really difficult, but you get for begin see different money than they come out, different people and they come for can buy say then they support una. Una really get for be careful with what una they do. Because as far as we concern right now, 5,000 for the day. Some people not get them for eat them. I swear back 5,000 for the day don't some big problem. Until we meet again. One for say, God bless we country Sierra Leone, where we call we yard, and God bless we all. Thank you all for your likes, thank you for your comments, thank you for your share, and thank you for we come and watch this program. One more time, Sembepe.
Bang bang, na 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 na. Rocket spice, woo woo. Oh lad, yoga. Oh lad. What? Cash record 1,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Poor one not get time for it, I swear. Lord, I can feel and proceed. The poor man they suffer, the rich man no they offer. I can feel and proceed. Money no there, how them go bluffer. I can feel and foresee. Poor and then another butter them bread. I can feel and foresee. But you don't sit, you not get you great. I said there's too much pressure on the people them eat. You make man just fed up. Too much pressure on the people them eat. You make me just stay cry. 5,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people not get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Poor one not get time for it, I swear. You know me say because of we born from poor. Yeah. That means say we for die from poor. Whoa. like that. The way the system they blow, we no like that. The one them where they before. Oh, you free tell them let them know this. 5,000 for the day. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Poor one no get time for it, I swear. Don't make back home and go to prison. You know easy, I swear. 5,000 don't make back home, baby, then sell girls. I saw the thing, yeah. 5,000 don't make back home and lost and lie. Kiribi won't pass. 5,000 don't change the whole wide world. The way the poor man them suffer, we no like that. The way the system they blow, we no like that. The one them where they before. Power, you free tell them let them know this. 5,000 for the day. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Poor one no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Some people no get time for it, I swear. 5,000 for the day. Poor one no get time for it, I swear. Will back on the beat. Rock and spice for the dog there, sir. Yeah. Whoa, yaga.
Yes, subscribe. You always dey watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wetin you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. And done. And no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for your help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.